What is going on, YouTube people? Today, we're going to look at grading numbers for February for TCG side of things. For those that don't know, GemRate over on Instagram, good friend of the channel, tracks all the grading data for all the various grading companies. PSA, CGC, Beckett, SGC, the big four, if you will. He does sports, non-sports, TCG, the whole 9 yards, tracks it all. Today, I want to talk specifically about the TCG side of things over here on this channel, because what an insane month for TCG specifically, and even more so Pokemon. So this is just February. PSA graded 771,000 TCG and non-sports cards. That is a 25% increase month over month and a 50% increase year over year. And keep in mind, this is February. There are less business days. CGC did 245,000. Beckett did 29,000. SGC did 4,000. Now, that is all TCG and all non-sports. The total amount of Pokemon graded by the big four in February alone, I asked him specifically what was the breakdown. 887,000 Pokemon cards were graded in just February. Let that marinate for a minute. Almost 1 million Pokemon cards were graded in February. That is wild. Absolutely wild. Now you might ask, well, what sets did those come from? Well, guess what? GemRate gives us that data. Well, actually, before we look at that, let's look at this one really quick. This is TCG cards graded by month at PSA. So this is all TCGs. Look at how insane this month is, February, compared to everything else previously. What a wild month. And remember, grading lags like a month or two behind. So the numbers that he is getting is what's hitting the pop report. So in most cases, these were things submitted a month or two ago. So now spin this forward and imagine what the next couple of months are going to look like as everyone rushes to send in their Pokemon cards to get graded, myself included. I'm actually getting a sub ready to go out this week. Individual sets. And this makes sense when you think about what I just stated, that there is a little bit of lag time on these numbers because this is what's hitting the pop report in February, which means this stuff was most likely submitted in December and January. Number one set graded in February, Terrestrial Festival. That's right. The Japanese version of Prismatic, 70,000 cards graded of just Festival in February. 151 English, second place, 35,000. Surging Sparks, third place, just basically 34,000, just under 34,000. Then we have Crown Zenith. Then we have Japanese 151. Then we have the promos. And then we have Stellar Crown down there, 1999, not surprising. And then Obsidian Flames coming in at last on that list at 11,000. But up towards the top there, the Japanese Festival at 70,000 cards is wild. And then 151 and Surging Sparks at 35 and 35. And this probably isn't a ton of Surging Sparks when you think about the timing of all this. And this is also why you're not seeing English Prismatic on here, because of the timing of all this. So I have a feeling that will be shooting up the charts when we look at these numbers next month. But wild stuff for the TCG side of the world here with those grading numbers. Almost 1 million Pokemon cards graded in February. I would not be surprised if across the board we have over 1 million Pokemon cards graded in March. I would not be surprised by that at all. If you want the full number, I'll show these just really quick. I will cover these in detail over on the main channel later this week. But these are the total numbers graded by each grading company, regardless of sports or TCG. That's the combined numbers there. So once again, shows you exactly how dominant it is, PSA is in this category with what they're cranking out per month. As always, curious for your thoughts and comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Catch you boys and girls on the next one. Peace.